Hey guys, Colby here. Welcome back to another video. Today we're sponsored by Watcher of Realms, a brand new RPG gacha collector game, right? We are sponsored today, so we will be playing it, but it's not just a sponsorship. I have played this game before in kind of a test scenario, and I felt this game has a lot of potential, and I was very happy to get a sponsorship to show the game to you guys when the time is come for the global launch, right? This game does not only have great visuals, it has a very interesting gameplay with a lot of strategy in it, with various different gameplay scenarios and various different modes for you to try out and use up your heroes. There's over 150 heroes to collect within this game. Obviously, it does take a lot of time to collect all of the heroes, so I cannot show every single one of them, but I will show you what the account I have right now has available. I have unlocked 2 legendaries within my couple of days that I was playing the game, a lot of epics and a lot of rare heroes, and I'll show you guys everything in action, how each and every hero of this game plays out in the battlefield. Each stage is different, and if you are familiar with tower defense mode games, then this will bring in some familiar concepts to you guys. Getting started, by the way, as I've mentioned, there's so many heroes, so many different ways to acquire heroes. For example, once you complete the storyline and a lot of these different quests, you can acquire this legendary hero, but it does take a lot of time. It's like Arbiter in Raid Shadow Legends, where you need to complete a lot of quests in order to get her. So this is very familiar to you guys out there. Of course, you could do your summons, and through the summons you acquire heroes, and there is a pity system, for example, for you to eventually grab a legendary champion once you get lucky, right? So here, this is an example of the summons. You can get rares, uncommons, epics. I got 2 epics which I already have, so I can actually make my epics that I already have a little bit stronger. So let's get started with the showcase, right? I want to show you guys the gameplay mechanics and everything, so you get familiar with how everything looks. I'm in the campaign. I'm in story chapter 5 at the moment, so let's get started with that. I am a little bit stronger than the recommended power that is needed for my teams, and here are the team heroes that I can actually put into battle. All right, with that being said, I haven't unlocked everything yet. For example, I need to complete stage 9 of chapter 5 to unlock 1 more hero slot, but with that being said, let's get started. I have beyond the required points needed in order to complete this one, so it should be relatively easy. With that being said, you won't automatically win. You still need to set up your teams when you go into battle, and this is how the battlefield looks, right? The blue nodes right there is our base, and the red nodes is the enemy base, which is basically launching minions at us. All right, the minions, their plan is to pass through this gate, and they win if they do that. So what you want to be doing is basically start to place in the defense heroes. I'll put my legendary defense one right there. So the minions have started coming through, by the way, and by the way, there's a monster manual where you can select through and see each and every different one of the enemies and what their different attacks and defenses are, and what kind of features they have. So for example, if they're physical, if they have common armor or heavy armor, you need to make note of that, because heavy armor is better to use magic heroes against it, while common armor, you can use range heroes like archers, which have a lower cost to place down on the battlefield. So these are some examples of the gameplay that you need to have in mind in order for the strategy to work. So let's put this on a 2x speed to get going, and things will be going fast if you're in 2x. So when you get started, you put things on a 1x until you get the hang of everything. So now that I've placed my melee heroes there, I kind of have a protection against the heroes that want to go through the blue nodes. And what I can do right now is can either place more melee heroes, or I'm gonna put in this caster one to defend like so. And it's very specific on where you place each hero. Look at that, I have my ultimate ready with that one. I've got ultimates ready with the other 2, but I'm gonna keep those for a little while. And this is how the battle goes on all the way until I reach 34 out of 34 out there, up at the top, right? So this is how these campaign battles are. The battlefield though changes with every fight. So this will not be the same on the next fight and the next one and so on. And the same thing with the enemies. So it's a little bit different every time. And especially on the bigger ones, and there's many different modes. There's a guild boss as well. It's like a dragon that you gotta beat. There's different dungeons where you can acquire gear, where you can ascend your heroes like in Raid. You can collect gear, you can collect experience. If you are full on experience with some heroes, that is converted into extra experience for your other heroes. So there's many different things that make things easier for you in terms of the gameplay, and it does not require that intensive style of play that maybe other games require. So yeah, let's finish this battle soon enough and start popping up my ultimates. I don't think there should be any challenge with this one. 33, 34, yeah, and that's it. So as I said, easier fight than usual. I didn't really have to use a healer for this one, but healers are required. You can't just really go with straight up damage because some of these can be a little bit tricky. So we've done that stage. Let me show you some other parts of the challenges. So the campaign is usual. There's arena also, and then there's other modes such as the raids. There's promotion raids where you basically ascend your heroes, make them a little bit stronger, their stats get boosted. There's the XP raids where you fight these goblin style enemies and then you get experience, but you need to unlock more stages through the campaign. So it's a, you know, a slow progress of pushing through the campaign, but also a worthwhile one. Then there's the guild boss, which I'll show you guys in a second. The gear raid right here, where you farm specific pieces of gear, and as you unlock more and more of the campaign, you unlock gear raid 2 and gear raid 3, which offers different types of equipment, right? And then there's the tide event. I've already done the tide for today. Just want to show you what this looks like. It's an extreme amount of enemies coming in to you, and you need to defend against them. And if you can't, then you push through the tide and you'll be successful, where you can acquire a lot of resources. And what do you do with those resources? You can actually put in some tide talents to make yourself stronger. And this is the type of event that you'll be playing every single day and pushing slowly but surely with different talents, which give you, for example, different powers. Let's say your marksman gets some extra crit rate, or right here, your mages get some extra attack. All of these are different talents which depend on your type of gameplay. Okay, you can select, let's say, this one, which gives more attack to your mages, or this one if you wanted to, which gives more attack to your melee units. So it's all based on how you want to do your gameplay and how you want to push through for going higher and higher within the tide. And then finally, let me show you the guild boss. The guild boss is really interesting, where again you need to put down your units, but it's very easy once you have a good team in mind, since you can auto fight the boss at the end. Everything is auto, but the auto fight selection, let's say I've selected the easy one. I've already acquired the max chest for this one, so let's try normal. This will be a little bit quicker because I bet I don't have the power to do a lot of damage in there. Let's put my newly acquired mage. You see my power is very much the same as the boss, but we should still be okay here. So here's the boss dropping down, the dragon guild boss. All right, looks nuts. It looks so good, by the way. It looks so good, by the way. The same thing with the models within the game and the cinematics that you see. The one I showed at the start, that was because of the cinematics they have, especially for the legendary heroes that you'll be summoning. So I need to start placing in my attackers. All right, so let me put in my attackers. I will need a healer as well, but that's gonna come in just a second. Just dropping everything down at the moment, targeting the boss directly. And when you put your healers, you have to be mindful that maybe not all your units will be healed. So let's put this on a 2x speed, and that is how the boss goes. You can change the angle of the fight, and it looks pretty cool. It goes very fast, by the way, especially on a 2x speed, so you might wanna have that in mind before you go into battle. So Okay, getting healed. Let's change the camera this way. It's better for me in order to handle everybody's ultimates and everything. So maybe we passed the 50 mark. I think that's when the first chest comes into play. Let's just pop the ultimates. Ooh, the dragon's gonna be promoted. As the dragon is promoted, it gets into different phases. Of course, the dragon becomes stronger and stronger, so you'll be in a little bit of trouble. The dragon is charging right now. I doubt we can push through that one. I wonder how many he's gonna kill with this one. Yep, he charged through. Ooh, yeah, yep, we got wrecked there. And it died. I didn't have much time anyway with that battle. So 156, I did a solid 4.75% of the boss. So really helping my clan in there, almost at this mark. But you really need to go to the 220 mark for the biggest chest of them all. And each chest, obviously, as you go up and up in difficulties, that gives you even more and more rewards, right? And it goes all the way to Nightmare 4, which is the most extreme difficulty for the boss. I also want to showcase the arena fights and how these fights are based. There's different challenges every couple of days, and these challenges, as an example, this time around is AoE DPS, where you need to establish units that really challenge what kind of DPS champions you have. And the way that PvP works is that you don't directly compete with enemies in the sense of you fight their own team. How you fight though is basically you put down your team, the enemy puts down their team, and you fight a PvE type battle against each other, and whoever manages to not lose their base wins. Okay, so that's how it works. You don't fight their base, they don't fight your base. So that's how this goes. I put down the epic unit, but that didn't look good. That was like a bad decision. I think I'm gonna lose round 1 here. That was a bad decision. I'm not putting this on auto because I need to make sure place down my legendary. I think yeah, he had a better ranged unit there. I did a big mistake there. So what I'll do is I lost round 1. Wow, that was a lot of HP that I lost. Wow, okay, did not expect that. Okay, so I put down my heroes. These should be a little bit better. This is not looking good. Is that really gonna do anything? Maybe what I needed to have done is oof, I lost that one as well. Maybe I needed to just waited it out at the start. So yeah, this guy is doing so much better than I did. All right, okay. I think we are doing a little bit better now. Okay, we did win. We did win this round. Okay, but that didn't look close at all. Even though I placed down a healer, doesn't really help. All right, so when this wave comes, I'll enable my ultimate. Hopefully that's gonna do some damage. Wow, yeah, that's not pretty. Not pretty at all. Do they lose before me? Yes. Wow. Okay, yeah, that last wave was very, very difficult. That was very close. Even though I passed him in power, he had, I think, better AoE DPS. I should have used maybe a mage in there instead of 2 marksmen. So this was a showcase of the game, guys. With the global launch of the game, 2 very big YouTube content creators will be actually battling each other in Watcher of Realms. You might know them already. It's the Game Theories versus JS Live. Those 2 teams will be fighting each other. You'll be instructed to support one of the 2, and if you win, you might be able to win rewards such as iPhones, Nintendo Switches, Xbox, and of course in-game rewards. You should definitely check it out. For the game, I will have links down below in the description and comments of this video for you to check out Watcher of Realms and download the game. When you download the game, you also support me since this is a sponsored video. I want you all guys to download the game and try it out. You will definitely not regret it. It does have some very, very unique aspects compared to something like Raid, which you know already. And the heroes do have very, very cool animations and graphics within the game. The game will be supported by a PC client, but will also be available on Android and iOS devices, so definitely check it out. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe, go check out Watcher of Realms. I'll see you all in the next video. See ya!